Well, my first manager was Danny Sewell from Bethnal Green. He was an ex-heavyweight, but he also had a nightclub and a club, drinking club in the West End. So he didn't have a terrible lot of time for me. I think I had about 2 fights with him, and well, it wasn't kind of gone. He was a busy man. He was a businessman, you know, not into the boxing. So he knew Al Phillips, and they had a little chat, and I went with Al Phillips. He had a gym in Essex Road in Islington. He was an ex-featherweight. Very nice chap anyway, lovely man. He looked after me well. But, well, I was with him for quite a few years, like, you know. Well, he was sorry to say, passed away and all, like. Well, getting back to Al Phillips, I was more of a boxer. Well, Al Phillips kind of made me change me a bit, like. He was a bit of a fighter, Al, like, you know, in his time, rather than a boxer. If you ask Dennis Hinson, he'd tell you the same. He had the same trouble with him. He made Dennis into, that's another one of our pals up there, ex-boxers. He was with Al Phillips the same as me, you know, Dennis Hinson. His brother Ron, he just passed away, but he boxed for the lightweight British title, Ron did, but Al was inclined to make a fighter out of you rather than a boxer, you know. And that's how he was. You know. Well, when I look back at it, I didn't know he was doing it. I know it sounds terribly silly, but when I was an amateur, I'd done more bloody boxing than I did fighting, you know. But then I look back at some of me pro fights, I think I was more of a bit of a tearaway than what I used to be, you know. I kind of, well, I didn't know what was happening to me. Looking back at it now, I can see it, but at the time, it wasn't getting to me like what I was doing, you know. I should have done, but there you go. Oh, I had another bloke, another ex-boxer. He was in my corner as a second. Don't ask me why. I think if that was Seymour Hall. I don't know why I asked him what round is this. He says, this is the 5th round, Billy. I said, it ain't. This is the 6th round. This. Well, he had a good stable, Al Phillips, at the time. He had Arthur Howard and Ron and Dennis Hinson, you know. Kimpo and Mafio, blokes that done very well in the pro game, you know. But there you go. Jimmy Newman boxed he boxed for the welterweight title. Well, Jimmy Newman, in my time, I thought he was the cat's whiskers, like, you know. But I went to see that fight. That was a Stratton. Malai beat him over. I'm sure it was 15 rounds them days, like, you know.